Okay, so for the first portion of the food section, we're going to talk about MREs real briefly. There's a reason why I'm including MREs in our 72-hour kit, and really it's because they're so simple and easy to use, and they're pretty compact as well. They come in this package, which is waterproof, and they have a 5-year shelf life. The downside is that they cost, well, $7.95. This costs us $7.95. And I don't really know when it started as far as the shelf life. I don't know the expiration date. So when you go to buy these, try and, when you get to a military surplus store, is probably where you need to buy them, ask them to get one fresh out of the box so you can get the expiration date, so you'll know when to rotate these. The way that they work, and the reason why I am using them, is that all you do is you add water to this little packet here, and it turns into a mini stove. You basically just push the food in here, and it heats your food up for you really, really quickly. It has instructions here. It's really easy to do. But it also allows you to use this as like a hand warmer or a body warmer, and so it's really, really convenient. We are not including MREs for all of our meals. We're just including MREs for one meal for each individual in our family. So for us, that would be 5 MREs that go in our kit. And it's just because, again, it's so easy to use. The other thing that you need for the MREs is, of course, water. Now, there's a handful of different things that you can do for water. You can go to Emergency Essentials, which I think is beprepared.com. It's on the spreadsheet. And they'll have these little emergency drinking water packets. They're not very expensive. I think they're about $25 for 64 of them. But they have a 5-year shelf life, and I guess I'm a tightwad because, you know, like we said, Amy, I think you said this is $3.99 or something like that for like 30 something of them, and we'll just rotate these annually. So we're including, you know, about 10 of these in Amy and I's each of our packs, and of course that's not going to be enough to be able to get us through 3 days worth. But we will have that to be able to use with our MREs and get an instant warm meal, which is probably when we'll be traveling or whatever, something's going on and maybe most inconvenient. But to be able to get more water, there's a water purification kit that's on your spreadsheet. And I forget the name of the website, but the hyperlink is on there. And it's $25 and you can get 100 gallons of purified water. And so there's also on your spreadsheet a 2.5 gallon collapsible bucket, basically. And so by having both of those, you can purify water, whether it's coming from a stream or wherever you find it, and have the rest of, you know, a week's worth of water pretty easily. Instead of using MREs for all of our meals within the 72-hour kit, we've incorporated MREs for our first meal, but we are using some packages from PrepareWise.com for the rest of the 72 hours. Now, the reason that we've done that is because you know, the MREs are easy, and again, being able to use them on the go and actually get warm food quickly is really nice and convenient. They're not going to be susceptible to water, you know, to weather issues because of the way that they're packaged. They're really nice that way, but they're expensive. So what we've done is, if you go to PrepareWise.com, which you can see here on your screen, is go to the grab and go section on food storage, and eventually, okay, so for 2 people we've purchased the 32 servings section here. This is when you add that plus the MREs that we're getting together, that gets us about almost 40 servings, which is almost 72 hours worth of food. But in reality, if you include all the calories that you get from the MRE, it's probably more than that, because, like I said, there's 3,000 calories, I think, in each package. So for you, Mom and Dad, and Donna and Shauna, you might want to look at this one, at this other package. But they've got a lot of different packages here, And the thing that's wonderful about them is that they last for 25 years. You don't have to keep them in a bucket. You see that they do come in a bucket, but you don't need to. So you can pack them within your bag, and it's easy, it's convenient. It does require water as well. It takes a little bit longer. It doesn't have a heater in it like the MRE does, but the other things that we are including in our pack, so such as like a little stove, matches, wood, so forth, will allow us to be able to heat up water when you're in more of a stationary situation. So yeah, that's that. And I will also, since I'm on here, I'll show you some packets as well as right. Oh, it's prepackaged water. Sorry. Right here. So they're 35 cents for 4 ounces of water. That's a good option if you don't want to do what we're doing. Okay, so for the water filtration system, you can see that we are using this one right here. I've done a lot of price checking, and I think this is the best one for your buck. You're getting 100 gallons, and this is seriously one of the most important pieces that you can have in your 72-hour kit, as well as the bucket or the storage container to be able to store it, which we're using this right here. This is on Emergency Essentials. It's only $8. It folds up, and you can put it in your pack, but when you're ready to fill it up, you can just unfold it and you're good to go. Now the rest of this stuff, it does relate to food. You're going to want to make sure that you've got some utensils. I've got some like heavier duty plasticware. I've also got little pots and pans if you have those laying around anywhere. Now I use these for camping, and there are some things that I'm including in the 72-hour kit, and I think that's totally fine because we don't want the 72-hour kit to be something that we just dust off and then realize what we have in it. The main thing is that whatever we use, if I go camping, that we got to make sure that we put it back, which is why the spreadsheet's designed the way that it is. So pots and pans. Here's a little burner. You can get burners like this on eBay right now for anywhere from $4 to $10, including shipping. And you can get them so that they hook up to butane or propane. These are less than $3 at Walmart right now. And these are important because you need to be able to walk. Well, you don't need to. It's much easier and much more convenient if you can boil your water to be able to add to those meals that I was referencing on the website that we ordered. They cook more quickly. The other thing is that it provides water purification as well by being able to boil water, at least to a certain extent. So there's some things. They're pretty, and again, they're pretty inexpensive. Gloves for handling your pots and pans. On Emergency Essentials, you can get these for $4 or something like that. These come from the military, military surplus. They'll cost about twice as much, but I would go for these if you can because you can put inserts, and they're made to fit inserts on the inside in case it's really cold and you want to include that. Here's a little shovel. If you need to build a fire to be able to cook your food or whatever, this is a collapsible shovel called E-Tool. This is for like $8 on Emergency Essentials. Way worth it. It's also got a serrated edge so you can use it as a saw for firewood. This is 550 cord. And you might be wondering, well, what in the world does this have to do with food? I'm going to go a little survivalist on you here. And this is also called parachute cord. So if they don't know what 550 cord is at the military surplus store, ask for parachute cord. This is really strong. I can actually hang on it myself. It's strong enough to hold me. But on the inside, can you zoom up on that, Amy? There's a zoom on the top of the camera too. Okay. So you see that little, see the little white string there? You can actually then you can take that apart even smaller, so that this could then also be used for fishing or for small animal traps as well. And so you can do all kinds of stuff like that. And of course, for you and my survivalist friends and family, you're going to want a knife for getting any food if for some reason it were to go after 72 hours. I think that is it for food and water. So thanks. We'll see you in the next segment.